Alright, so for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the Diecast Masters Cat CB534D XW and 1/50 scale. This model is an updated Norscot model. Norscot released it, I don't know how many years ago. I know it's been a while. On Diecast Masters, once it took over the Cat license, they upgraded almost all the older Caterpillar models and made them part of their core classic series. So when you get this model, it doesn't come in a tin. It comes in just like a brown cardboard box with some information and stuff, and it's got the Tongan style packaging, which I like a lot. But this is part of the core classic series. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review here. So one thing you can see right off the bat is this right here, this cover right here. This is plastic. As you can see, that the color matches. You can see it when the light is bright. When it's not, you can't really tell. But this part is plastic, but your weights here, so what I'm guessing these are this is all metal as part of the casting. You can see you got some nice bolt detailing right there. You got some drilled out lifting eyes right there and right there, and you do have some bolt detailing on here as well. I believe these plastic things cover up some screws that hold the drum assembly in place. And then coming over to here, you can see you got a nice cat decal right there. And then you got the nice 534B and the XW and the Power Edge logo right there. Now, when Norscot produced this model, I believe they first came out with the Power Edge, or the Power Stripe. And then they did do Power Edge before they lost their Cat license. But Diecast Masters just did the Power Edge, no Power Stripes. And then you got these kind of oversized and a little bit thick plastic handrails on all. There's about 4 of them. There's 4 of them on the machine, and they are kind of flimsy, but kind of not. You don't want to bend them too much. You're going to risk breaking them. And then coming over here, you got some steps that are part of the casting as well. And there, you can hear it right there, that they are somewhat textured, which is nice. Coming to the back of the model, you can see you got some simulated meshwork right there and right there. And then I believe this is a fuel cap, or it's a filler cap of some sort. I'm not too sure. But that is model part of the casting as well. I know your engine sits back here. And then you can see you got some nice details on your drum right there. You got some nice bolt detailing. Now, this may look like it's paint chips on the drum. It's actually paint from the drum itself. It kind of got on there, kind of messy. Definitely quality assurance, didn't catch that one. But that is paint from the drum that is on there. It's not actually a chip. And then coming to the back, you can see you got a nice cat decal right there. You got some working lights right there. You got your hazard lights right there. Then you got your scraper modeled very nicely right there, so where your water would come down. It would kind of scrape off, or maybe this is where the water would come down on wet the drum, so no material sticks to it, and this would be your scraper down here to kind of scrape off any material that got stuck to the drum. You can see you got a nice mesh textured grill right here, and you got a nice exhaust system modeled very nicely. This is very plastic and flimsy. They decided to cheap out and not glue it down right there. I'm not sure why they did that, but that is kind of loose, so you want to have to be very careful with that. You can see you got some work lights painted right here on your ROPS. This is an open ROPS machine. Norscot did do open and closed. I believe Diecast Masters only does open for this model. I know the newer CB13 will come in both variations. But you can see over here some more engine detailing right there. Your steps to get up to the operator's compartment, and then some more oversized plastic handrails. Coming to the front of the model, you can see you do have your silver painted lights right there. You have your Caterpillar decal right there, and then you do have your working lights and hazard lights and stuff like that, and your water bar and scraper bar are modeled as well on the front. The functionality on this model basically rolls and articulates from side to side. Now, in the Norscot model, the seat was able to turn, but on the Diecast Masters ones, they decided to use a screw, and I believe they used some glue as well to kind of secure the seat in place, so you can't move it from side to side. The operator is just posed staring forward, so if you wanted to have this like trying to roll next to a curb, it would be kind of difficult since the operator couldn't look to see how close they were to the curb. But getting back to the operator, he is glued in. He's not removable unless you remove him yourself, which I did. You can see the little orange marker on the seat right there. You got to be very careful. I did buy 2 of these at once. This one, the operator came out very easily. but on the other one, I actually ended up taking the model apart, which I do not recommend doing, because once you unscrew this pivot point right here and try to put it back together, like the back of it just kind of sags, and I had to cut out a piece of styrene to see. Even on the normal model, it sags a little bit, but it was a lot worse once you take the model apart. So I don't recommend doing that. I had to cut out a little piece of styrene, stick it in there, and was able to fix the problem. So it looks like this, just a little piece of white styrene in there. But the operator, if you do want to remove him, I suggest you just take your time at removing him. I know on my other one, I ended up actually having to pop the steering wheel popped off with the operator. It's just on how much glue that they used for it. That was an easy fix. Just had to figure out which way the steering wheel went back in. I was able to get that fixed right away. But that's about it for the Diecast Masters Cat CB534D XW compactor or roller in 1 to 50th scale. Like I did say that they are coming out with the CB13 to replace this model. So I decided to pick up two because I still do see a lot of these running around. There's a couple of my favorite construction companies around here that run, I couldn't tell you how many of these they run, but they also do run the newer, I believe it's the replaced, though I think the one that replaced this is the CB54, if I'm not mistaken. It looks just like the CB13, so I'm not too worried about how it's going to look, but if you are looking to pick up one of these, I recommend you do it sooner rather than later. They run about, I think it's like $35 for it. I picked both of mine up from 2000 Toys. Like I said, they're part of the Core Classic line, so it's not going to come in the tin, and the model isn't as expensive as one of the models in the tins. But that's really about it for this review. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you haven't followed me on my social media, both links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.